dignity so no parent faces their child's fight alone. And whereas the Braden House strives to build a community in which every NICU family has immediate, free, and compassionate support while working towards sustainable growth to expand services and deepen its impact. Now therefore let it be proclaimed that the City of Northport hereby recognizes the Braden House and commends its extraordinary compassion, vision, and service to families in our community. In witness whereof I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this the second day of February 2026. Signed, Dale Phillips, Mayor, City of Northport. Thank you.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
Sure.
come around here. There you go.
I'm obligated. First of all, thank you. So it's an honor, and you kind of covered everything. We just are striving to help families walk through their NICU journey. So if they have a child here in the Northport Hospital or our main DCH, we try to take them in if they need housing, and then as long as funding is there, we try to feed them. We get them to the hospital if we need to, but stuff like this is just super appreciated, and it's an honor. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, I guess coming up Sunday, we have a big event called Cigars for Braden. Kind of sounds like some people smoke cigars when babies are born, and that's what we did when my son was born. So every year on his birthday, which is this Sunday, February 8th, we just gather, hang out at the house, provide people with food. You don't have to like cigars, but you can come hang out, see the house, tour the house, and kind of see what we're all about.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we are going to recognize the Toy Shop as January Business of the Month. If you're with the Toy Shop, if you will come up with Counselor Smith and Mayor Phillips.
How are y'all tonight? Very good. Proclamation, Office of the Mayor, Northport, Alabama. The Toy Shop, January 2026, Business of the Month. Proclaimed by Counselor Smith, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. The Toy Shop, located in Northport, Alabama, is locally owned and operated specialty toy store dedicated to providing high-quality toys, games, books, and activities designed to inspire creativity, learning, and a lasting enjoyment. And whereas, as the only specialty toy store in Tuscaloosa County, the Toy Shop serves both in-store and online customers while offering personalized service and a welcoming experience for families throughout the community. Whereas this business is owned and operated by a local family and small team who are committed to supporting the Northport community and helping make children's special moments and celebrations magical. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the City of Northport hereby recognizes the Toy Shop as Business of the Month and commends its dedication to quality, community involvement, and outstanding customer service. In witness whereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this the second day of February 2026. Signed, Dale Phillips, Mayor, City of Northport. Thank you.
I'm Becky Strickland. I'm one of the owners. This is my husband, Ken. We are just delighted to be recognized this way, and also to tell you how honored we are to be a part of Historic Northport. We strive to have good service, a great service from our young people, mostly young people that work there. Also to provide an experience when you come in that will make every child smile, and every gift that's given, that the giver will be happy, and that the recipient, it will be tailored to their interest or their age or appropriateness. It's easy to pick up a phone or dial from your computer, Amazon, but you're not going to have any personal connection, and that's what we strive to make and to have with you and our customers and our downtown merchants. Also, it's a personal thing for me. My family, my grandmother inherited 431 and 433 when her parents' wills were probated in the 50s. And so she had it then. My great-grandfather had it before then. But for my daughter and I, our family lineage is Northport. The Dardens, the Persingers, the Archibalds, the Christians, the Rice, and the Shirleys. And so this is important to us. My mother grew up in Northport in Bellwood, she and her family. She was in the Northport Methodist Church in the basement in the tornado of 1932, as what she was with her twin sister and her mother. I lived on Main Street for the first 5 years, or from 5 years of my life. So I have memories of that, only of learning to ride a bicycle in the front yard, going down to the Adams Drug Store. But we feel like we have a real connection to the area and to Northport. Now, the toy shop was started by the Anders in 2009, and I found out about it. My daughter was finishing at the university, and I said, go apply for a part-time job. And she did. She had only babysat, no retail experience at all. And she called me after she'd interviewed with them, or they called her. They wanted her to be the manager. Now, this is in September, the end of September 2009, and they wanted to open in October. At the end of October is when their anniversary kickoff was. So she probably did not know how to tie a bow or wrap a present or anything concerning retail. So we give our success, she's the brains and the brawn behind what we've become. And in 2014, the renter in 431 Main Avenue where we were did not renew their lease. And we took that as an opportunity to move. Heretofore, it was in where Glenn's Barbershop was, 500 square feet. So we moved to the other building in 2014, and that's where we've been. And needless to say, any of y'all that are in business know that COVID changed everything. We had been a storefront, and then they were launching online. And when you're running two entities, it's a lot of work. But we just appreciate all the support we get from all the Northport community and the Tuscaloosa, and we hope that you will continue to support us. Thank you.
Okay, our last presentation is recognizing National Parent Leadership Month. If you are with National Parent Leadership Month, please come forward and meet Mayor Phillips at the podium.
Proclamation, Office of the Mayor, Northport, Alabama, National Parent Leadership Month, February 2026. Whereas strong parent leadership empowers caregivers with knowledge, skills, voice to shape the direction of their families, schools, and communities. And whereas parent leadership strengthens families, helps prevent child abuse, neglect, and improves outcomes for children. And whereas the Alabama Department of Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention and the Children's Trust Fund of Alabama recognizes the value of partnering with parents, public systems, private organizations, policymakers, and other stakeholders to promote effective parent leadership strategies. Whereas parent leadership flourishes when parents receive training, support, opportunities, and participate in planning, oversight, and evaluation of policies, programs that affect families, and whereas more parents each year are building meaningful partnerships with service providers, policymakers, and community leaders to improve child welfare and create safer, stronger communities. Whereas parents speaking publicly about their experiences continue to raise awareness, influence practice, and strengthen services that benefit families across the state. Now therefore it be resolved, I, Dale Phillips, Mayor of the City of Northport, do hereby proclaim February 2026 as National Parent Leadership Month in the City of Northport, and encourage all citizens, organizations, and government agencies to support and engage parents as partners in leadership. Witness whereof I have set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Northport to be affixed on the 2nd day of February 2026. Dale Phillips, Mayor, City of Northport. Somebody gets to sing.
I'll do it. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm Roosevelt Jackson, a parent, leader, mentor. So, good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and for issuing a proclamation recognizing National Parent Leadership Month. On behalf of Alabama Partnership for Children, Alabama Parent Leadership Network, parents and caregivers across our community, we are truly grateful for this acknowledgement. This proclamation affirms the parents are leaders, strengthening families, building resilience, and shaping the future of our city every single day. It highlights the importance of prevention, support, and empowering our parents to use their voice in the system that serves children. Your recognition sends a powerful message that families matter and that parent leadership is valued. Thank you for your support and your continued commitment to our community well-being. And also, I have Miss Josephine who would like to say something as well.
How everybody doing? I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell each one of you thank you. And I just want to tell Miss Vadonna and Miss Tish, I thank them for giving me an opportunity to be a part of the parent leadership and just to play a role in my community, wherever I am, to help some child along the way. I have 10 grandchildren, and this leadership program has really impacted my life. It brushed me up on some of my mathematical skills. You know, this new age math is not done the same way it used to be done. And it really helped me to help one of my grandchild that was struggling in math. And not only that, it helped me to be very vital in my community where I live. So I thank God for the opportunity to share my gifts and my talents with the youth and the young people. And each one of us have a gift that we can share to help a child along the way. And I just appreciate this group for allowing me to be take part of that in that community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 6, approval of the agenda. Is there anyone that would like to make a motion to approve the agenda for February 2nd, 2026 council meeting as printed or with the deletion of?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilor Higdon and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Number 7 is visitors to address the council. We had a visitor, Mr. Walker Baker, phoned me last week about a concern he had of a crosswalk between Clear Creek and County High. He is a student at Northport Intermediate School. He had to have emergency surgery over the weekend, so he's not going to join us tonight, but I wanted to tell him I hope he feels better, and he will join us on the 16th to address his issue with the council of the crosswalk at Clear Creek. 9, new business. 9A1, Mr. McGee, first reading.
Yes, ma'am. This is the first reading of our annual back-to-school sales tax holiday. It will be the weekend of July 17th through July 19th, 2026.
July 17th through the 19th. Would someone like to offer that up for a motion?
So
I'll
moved.
offer.
Okay, that is Mr. Higdon offered that up for a motion. 9B, resolutions of a temporary nature. 9B1, Mr. Davis.
Yes, the first item is a authorization of water service for residents outside the city limits. Staff recommends approval of this request.
Are there any questions or comments? Okay, the form of the motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing water service outside the city limits to be provided to Mr. Caleb Little at 15970 Stone Ridge Drive pursuant to the conditions in the resolution. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that is a motion by Counselor Smith and a second by Counselor Conger. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B2, Mr. Davis.
Yes, as you know, the city has municipal court on Wednesday afternoons and Friday mornings. Paul Patterson is our municipal judge. This resolution would authorize Ms. Kristen Lee Turner, a local attorney, to serve as a temporary judge in the event Mr. Patterson and some of the other municipal temporary judges are not available.
Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to adopt the resolution appointing Ms. Kristen Lee Turner as temporary municipal judge to serve at the request of and when municipal judge is unavailable. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
That is a motion by Counselor Pro Tem Washington and a second by Counselor Conger. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B3, Mr. Matthews.
9B3 would authorize the execution of change order number 1 with Dominion Construction on the downtown streetscape Phase 3 project. This would include costs for undercutting of unsuitable materials, backfill of undercut areas, lighting controller, maintenance gates, and handrails. The additional cost is $126,903.13. Which is made up for by additional grant funding that was provided during the project.
Do we have an expected end date on that, completion date?
The project has been declared substantially complete as of
Okay.
the end of November. There are some minor punch list items is all that's remaining, so we're heading into closeout, and you'll see a final balancing change order that should actually reduce the cost back a little bit in one of the coming few weeks or months.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute change order number 1 with Dominion Construction Company for downtown sidewalks and streetscape improvements, Phase 3. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
That is a motion by Counselor Higdon and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B4, Mrs. Tubbs.
Yes, this is a resolution appointing Ms. Heather Deal to the Northport Redevelopment Authority.
Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to adopt the resolution appointing Mrs. Heather Dill to the Northport Redevelopment Authority with a term expiring June of 2026. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Counselor Higdon and a second by Counselor Conger. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B5, Mr. Matthews.
This is an as-needed professional contract with A Studio for design and branding services. The not-to-exceed amount would be $5,000 per month and $60,000 total.
Okay, and as we talked about in work session, this is just as an as-needed basis.
That's right. This is for as-needed services. They would provide individual proposals with a cost for any services that were being provided.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a professional services contract with A Studio for the city of Northport designs and branding services. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Counselor Higdon and a second by Counselor Conger. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9C is the consent agenda. This ranges from minutes, bill listings to PO requisitions. I think everybody's had a chance to peruse those while we were in work session. Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to approve the consent agenda for the February 2nd, 2026 council meeting as printed. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that is a motion by Councilor Conger and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Ms. Tubbs, roll call, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Number 10, public hearings. I would like to remind everyone that during public comments, we encourage you to share any ideas or items of concern. There is a 3-minute time limit. Please remember to direct all your comments to the mayor, council body as a whole, not to any individuals. 10C1, Mrs. Ram.
Yes, ma'am. This ordinance will place a temporary moratorium on all new car wash and automobile repair uses within the city limits. The temporary moratorium would be enacted for a period of 1 year. During that time, the city would hire a consultant to perform a study to determine the effects of oversaturation of these types of businesses on the overall development of the city. It would also give us a chance, if there's any recommended changes to the zoning ordinance or the zoning maps, to make those changes during that 1 year period. We do have some grandfather clauses. One is that any establishment that has a current business license would not be affected by the moratorium. Any establishments that have already had a pre-design meeting prior to January the 13th of 26 under our current ordinance, and they received an approved building permit or land development permit prior to April the 2nd would not be affected by the ordinance. Also, it would not affect the renewal or transfer of ownership of any currently licensed car wash or automobile repair establishment in the city. It is ready for a public hearing and action by the council.
Okay. I will open the floor for a public hearing for agenda item 10C1. Is there anyone who would like to speak for or against this item? If you'll come to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes. Hey, thanks for having me. My name is Tyler Hendon with Express Oil Change, so I appreciate you allowing me to come speak. We're not necessarily here to speak for or against it. We were just trying to figure out more what the clauses may be to allow a grandfather situation or something of that nature. We have a second development we're working on right now with Mr. Christopher Huffman along McFarland Boulevard. We had a pre-application meeting with the city in January. I have to look and see exactly what the date was. So would that be the that was our meeting? Okay, I thought that was it. Would that be the pre-design meeting you're referencing?
Yes.
Okay, so we would meet that clause then. So in which case, it sounds like this moratorium wouldn't affect us. We could continue forward as planned. So that answers my question. So,
Okay, there we go.
so we're excited to open the other location too along Lurleen. So we're looking forward to that. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have something to say, Mr. Hendon? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, hearing none, I'll close the floor for a public hearing on agenda item 10C1. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Ms. Ram, so this group wouldn't have no issues at all?
All right, so they've had their pre-design prior to the January 13th date. As long as they receive a building permit or a land development permit before April the 2nd, then they wouldn't be affected.
And that gives you time to get on the ZBA agenda as well. So that will give you time to get on the agenda.
Okay. You said April 2nd?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's 2 months from today.
It's probably a very slim chance. To be honest, it's probably not a chance that gets done. Just by the time you get through ZBA, you spend probably 30 days putting plans together. And I think the last one we did, we went through just with the city, once we submitted to getting permits, was almost 4 months. If I go back and look at it. So it was a pretty long process. I don't think April 2nd would be achievable with where we're at today, more than likely.
What about May 1st, Ms. Ram? Could we change that to May 1st?
If that's the council wishes, you can do that. I would just ask, if you are going to do that, stipulate that in the motion, because we would have to change the ordinance. But I do want to point out that you don't have to have your variance applications or the variance process finalized before the plan submittal. You can go ahead and submit your plans prior to that.
Right, right, yeah, and typically we wouldn't, just from a cost standpoint. Now, maybe if we had a discussion, we feel pretty good possibility that's going to get approved. We don't have any concerns there. It's an expensive process to get plans put together, so the last thing we'd want is to do that and then find out something didn't get approved. Because one of them is a special exception with how the bays are situated.
Yes.
And so for some reason, if that didn't get approved, it would be an arduous process to go back and redesign that. So I would think even if we had a ZBA, do you have any idea what agenda will be on for the ZBA?
The first one I think you can get on is the March agenda. So that deadline is February the 19th.
Would there be a possibility of getting, setting that date to getting plans submitted to the city? Just because I know that's a pretty good process in and of itself, even once you submit to getting to that land disturbance permit with the city.
I mean, I think that's up to the council.
Okay. Or I don't know if it'd be as simple as, I don't know how many applications there are with the city if you just simply left it at, if you had a pre-design meeting, by that January, what did you say, 17th?
It was the 13th.
13th. Would that just simply be an acceptable grandfather and not the April 1st or May 1st or whichever date was applied?
Ms. Ram, what are your thoughts on?
My opinion is that I wouldn't leave it open-ended.
No, I don't want to leave it open-ended, so I'm thinking May 1st would be a fair compromise.
Would May 1st give them enough time to do what they need to
I
do?
don't think it will.
In my opinion, yes, but I'm not the design professional. I think you would have, 6 or 7 weeks from the zoning board meeting in March till that May 1st deadline.
Julie, to clarify, they have to have the permit, so not to submit for the permit.
Correct, it has to be approved.
Ms. Ram, do you think anything on the Northport side of this would keep them from meeting the deadline?
We have a 3-week, by ordinance, we have a 3-week review period when they submit their plans. We'll turn those around as quickly as possible. And then any subsequent resubmittals, staff usually takes about a week to review those and get those back.
And this would happen after the ZBA?
According to Mr. Tyler, yes.
I mean, to me, the thing is, he just went through a process with us on Lurleen and Wallace. And once we talked about this, anybody that's in the pipeline, in my opinion, should have an opportunity to get the time that they need. Not to December or anything like that, but a reasonable time. Because I know he probably have a lot of money put into this already. And once we decided last meeting that we was gonna do this, they didn't know 2 months ago that the city was gonna do this, because they probably wouldn't have thought about doing this project if they knew 2-3 months ago. So, I mean, I just think it's fair to the ones who's in that little circle right there. It's only 3, I believe.
Yes.
And we should find a way to work with them, because I know for a fact it take longer to do things, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything. And he just went through the process with this same process, so, and it didn't take 4 weeks or a month. It took a little bit longer. 2 months. I'm sorry.
A little bit longer for sure. Yeah.
Are you close to finishing the one on Lorraine?
It is supposed to open first quarter of this year. Yes, ma'am.
Let me just, I know you said May 1st. Would May 29th,
Is that a holiday?
no ma'am, it's not.
I mean, I think it's up to the council to determine what you guys feel is reasonable.
But would let's just ask, would you think that would give you enough time? That's basically giving you 2 months. I know it's still,
months,
it's still May, but the end of May.
I mean, we could for sure have plans into the city by then. As respectful as I can be, if we look at the last project, it did take longer than that to just work through the city, get comments, and address those. Obviously, we want to build a store that's acceptable to you guys, so we wouldn't want to rush that through or ignore any comments or any input or things of that nature as well. So,
Well, let's try it this way. What would you recommend?
if the ZBA meeting is in March, we could we could have, and we could even maybe stage it. I don't know if it works that way where we have to have plans in by the end of May and then by the end of July have a permit approved. And then that gives the city staff time to go through it amply. That they
Ms.
want.
Ram?
I mean, I'm okay with that. You okay? I mean, I really think it's really what you guys feel is reasonable. We will work with whatever deadline you give us.
Are we having any pushback from the other ones who are in the pipeline on the deadline?
No, there is another one that started they had their pre-design in on December the 18th, and they've already submitted their plans. And they had an extra step in the process. They had to go to the Planning Commission for a subdivision of the property.
So they even had.
So
an
they've
extra
already
step.
submitted their plans. They submitted them, I believe, last week. So no pushback from them.
So this only affects basically his company as far as, and then there's one other company that.
Correct.
It's been kind of.
And their
dormant.
plans have already been approved.
Okay.
But you know, the thing is, they're not gonna have the same things that they're looking to do, you know. Maybe the other company didn't go to the ZBA or have more things that they're trying to change. So it's not the same, which, you know, each business, not the same.
So August 3rd? Surely that's.
I think that's pushing it out. I think
Yeah.
that's pushing it out. I'm gonna go for, July 1st at the latest.
Has the property been purchased?
It has not been purchased, but the owner of the property's here. We typically won't close on it till we know we're gonna get approved, obviously.
July 1st. I think that's reasonable. That's adding, what, 4 more months to what the original is.
Yeah.
And the others in the pipeline have been given the same directive. So I think working within that time frame would be reasonable.
And they're the only 3, right? This doesn't open it up for.
As
Yeah, because of the.
yes, as far as I'm aware,
January
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think we should work with them as much as we can because we're putting them in this bind. You know what I'm saying? We made a decision to bind this company up. So
Well,
do you think?
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Do you think August the 30th? I mean, August the 3rd?
It's definitely achievable. I guess I would ask the question, if it's only 3 companies, is there a date that necessarily, I don't want to say matters, but I mean, could you not do the end of the year? If it's only 3 companies that meet that criteria, it doesn't really, to me, you would want to put a date that kind of lets them all get through the process. I don't know where they're all 3 at, but.
It sounds like they've already met the process.
Yeah, they've already
So
met
they're
the
a little
process.
behind. So those 2 have already
Yeah,
got.
you're the only one left.
We're the only problem child.
With all due respect, you're the only one left.
You're the only one left.
So there is one that has completed the process. I believe they have approved plan set. There is one that has submitted their plans. They haven't been approved yet. They submitted those last week. So we are in our review stage of that process.
They're
They're further along.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So. Okay.
I just don't want to drag this out.
So you're saying you would like August 1st instead of July 1st? Is that what I'm hearing from Pro Tem Washington?
That would be probably doable. Yes, ma'am. And
August 3rd.
and to be respectful, I mean, I don't want to create a problem for you guys, but
Well,
what
no worries.
we certainly don't want to do either is go, spend, by the time we put plans together and everything we've already done, I mean, it'll be close to $100,000. And then say some arbitrary clock runs out and now we just can't build what we've spent $100,000 developing. We don't want to be in that situation either. And so I don't want to ask you to, push it out forever just on our account. We just want to have enough time to get through the process is all.
And I would agree with what he's saying. If we're going to let him go past the initial date, we're essentially letting them go. That's where I am with it, because
Well, we can't leave it open-ended.
I know.
So we need to make a motion.
So what is the date that is palatable for everyone?
September 1st.
Why don't we just say the end of the year then?
The end of the year.
No,
We could do that.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Thought I just asked that.
Yes, I think August 1st is given what the others have gone through already, their process, which was kind of in the same timeline as yours. I think that's reasonable to go for August 1st.
I would say as long as the ZBA meeting goes positive, we don't have to relay out the site or anything of that nature.
Now, we cannot guarantee what is going to
Yeah.
happen at
I-
ZBA,
yeah.
so,
Well, that's, you say August
Yeah.
1st, and there's things that can happen between now
Right.
and then that cause a problem to that, obviously. So,
I just think you would have to really be on top of this project, knowing that that deadline is looming.
Right.
I'll say August.
I guess,
Do we need to make a motion for August
Oh,
first?
we've got to make them, change the motion to
You gotta
the
close the public
August.
You gotta close the public hearing.
I've already done that.
Sorry.
Let me ask this question: do we need to wait for the ZBA meeting to happen? Because it does seem like there's a little bit that hinges on ZBA.
I don't.
Ms. Ram?
Okay, so if you do not pass the ordinance tonight, then there's
yeah,
no
we
moratorium.
can't. There's no ordinance.
No.
We
We gotta
need
go
to move
forward.
Yeah, we can't
forward
table
today.
it. We can't table it.
No, we can't table
No,
it.
I would-
so-
Because
I
then
would
that opens
suggest-
up a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, I would suggest, if you all are gonna have a moratorium, you need to have a moratorium. If you're not, we're gonna have 15, like Birmingham, they had 15
Right,
applications come
that's-
flying in.
That's what
So
we're.
you need to pick a date, you don't need to table it.
Okay,
Is my
September.
so October.
recommendation to keep
August
us out of
1st?
lawsuits.
Yes.
August 1st,
September.
reasonable?
can I ask another question?
Yes.
And I don't know if this is a possibility. Since you know the three folks or companies that are affected, could you not just name their development cases in the moratorium, the specific cases that have been submitted? And then the moratorium could go into effect immediately, excluding those three cases that are already into the city.
I don't think legally we can do that, Mr. Davis.
The problem is we cannot give you a blank check and let you do
Right.
it 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We need to draw a line in the sand,
Yeah.
whether it's tomorrow, whether it's April the 2nd, August the 2nd, or July 4th of 2028. I don't
Okay.
care. We just need to draw a line in the sand.
Okay,
It's reasonable.
okay,
And
so,
we don't need to
September
table it, because once you table it, all of a sudden you're gonna get lots of car washes.
lots. Okay, so I will make the form of the motion to adopt the ordinance declaring a temporary moratorium on new car wash and automobile repair uses, effective August 1st, through August 1st. Is that correct, Mr. Davis? Through August 1st or to August 1st?
Oh, good. Hold on, they're gonna give us.
I think the motion, I believe, would indicate that the person would have to have had a pre-design meeting. This is at the very bottom of the page of the ordinance, that they have to have a pre-design meeting prior to January 13th under the zoning ordinance adopted on December 16th, and have received a building permit, land development permit, or
Not that. You're right on that.
okay, approval prior to August 1st. So basically, he has to have, everything has to be approved by August 1st of this year, not next year.
Can't we just make the recommendation to amend the April date to August 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
And then pass the ordinance.
Okay,
And as long as all the meetings make, right, like planning and zoning, ZBA makes, and there's not a missed month. That's the question.
Well, that's.
Like sometimes we don't have planning and zoning because everybody can't come.
well, that's up to somebody to submit their plans. I mean, if
That's
somebody
the
doesn't
question.
submit their plans, then we're not gonna meet.
No, I'm talking about if they're trying to meet and we can't.
Well, if he has plans to submit, then they're gonna meet. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's times that we don't have enough.
Ms. Rome, have we ever not had a planning and zoning or ZBA meeting because we didn't have enough people there?
There have been times where we have not had a meeting due to a lack of a quorum. But in those cases, we either try to schedule a special meeting to accommodate those
Okay.
applications.
Just making sure.
Okay. So we will do everything we can to
Yes.
accommodate that. Okay.
So let's try
So
this again.
that motion is amending the original ordinance for August 1st.
Are we good with that, Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Substituting April 2nd,
Pre-
2026 for August.
What you're doing is changing in the proposed ordinance the date of April 2nd, 2026
To August
1st,
1st.
2026.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that is a motion by Counselor Higdon and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
10D1, Chief Burton.
Yes, ma'am. We have an ABC application from Growmore Holding and Management Corporation located at 1921 McFarland Boulevard. I have no issues with the application itself. The location of it is at McFarland Boulevard and Lurleen Wallace.
Okay. I will open the floor for a public hearing for agenda item 10D1. Is there anyone who would like to speak for or against this item? Hearing none, I will close the floor for a public hearing for agenda item 10D1. Are there any questions or comments? The form of the motion is to approve this ABC license for Growmore Holding and Management Corporation, LLC, DBA McFarland Food Mart, located at 1921 McFarland Boulevard. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
That is a motion by Pro Tem Washington and a second by Counselor Higdon. Ms. Tubbs, call roll, please.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Next up is City Administrator's business.
I have none tonight.
I have nothing tonight. Mayor Phillips.
I have nothing.
District 1, Counselor Smith.
Yes, just we've got the Super Bowl coming up next Sunday. Just want to wish everyone a happy Super Bowl. And to
Are we supposed to be cheering? I don't even know who's playing.
it is the Seahawks and the
Alabama.
Patriots.
Okay.
And then also as a reminder, the Braden House is having their celebration that same night.
Okay.
And then also Valentine's Day coming up Saturday after.
Thank you.
Saturday
next week. Just a reminder to all the husbands. Valentine's Day is coming up.
Is that all, Counselor Smith?
That is it.
District 2, Pro Tem Washington.
I have none.
District 3, Counselor Conger.
I can't follow that. I have nothing.
District 5, Counselor Higdon.
I have nothing. Thank you very much.
Okay, item 13, executive session. The form of the motion is to adjourn the meeting into an executive session to discuss retail development. The session is expected to take no longer than 30 minutes. The council will not take action after this executive session is concluded. The time is 6:15, and we are in executive session. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Did Ron have to certify
We-
it?
No.
All opposed?
I need to call roll.
Oh, call roll.
Voting with Pro Tem Wat.
My bad.
Yes.
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 Yes. Does Ron need to certify it? Mr. Davis, I got ahead of myself. Would you please certify that retroactively?
I will certify that we needed an executive session to discuss retail development. We'll meet in the mayor's office.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay.
We didn't fit in the last one.